interesting, in Acts chapter 2, verse 42, is talking about the early church right after they get saved. It says, and all of these believers, these brand new believers, it says they were devoting themselves, listen to this, to the apostles' teaching, to fellowship, to breaking of bread, and prayer. Let me read it one more time and see if you catch this piece. They were continually devoting themselves. In other words, they didn't devote themselves once. They had to keep devoting. They had to keep devoting themselves. Anyone else have habits, good habits that go away? You have to kind of come back to it. Like they had to keep devoting themselves. Like they would wander off from it and they'd come back to it. They'd keep devoting themselves to it. To the apostles' teaching, which you kind of would think that would be on the list of 4. To fellowship, breaking of bread, and prayer. Now, the way that I would have read that when I got saved with the Jesus People movement is it would have went like this. And they continually devoted themselves to prayer, the apostles' teaching, and they hung out a little bit and ate together. But Luke writes it, they devoted themselves first to the apostles' teaching, then to koinonia. He mentions fellowship as the second most important thing they did above prayer. I don't know if that's actually true as far as like what's more important, but my point is he mentions it first. It's in the list of 4 things they did. And the third thing they did was ate together. I'm simply saying, like, why was the early church strong? Of course they had teaching and they had prayer, but they connected, they had intercourse together. You know what I'm saying? They connected, they had partnership, they ate together, took their meals together, they hung out together, and they took care of each other, and it grew from koinonia, not just prayer and teaching. Listen to this. I love this. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16 says, do not neglect doing good, sharing let me read it again. Do not neglect doing good and sharing, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. Now, you're probably like, what does that have to do with it? The word sharing is the word koinonia. The Hebrew writer just said, koinonia, fellowship, is a sacrifice. Have you ever had a friend over you didn't feel like having them over? The Hebrew writer goes, that's holy. Hey, let's have some friends over. I don't feel like it. That doesn't matter. You need them. It's just said, fellowship is a sacrifice at times. Have you ever had friends over you didn't want them over? Like you invited them over like a month ago? And then they come, and then when hey, tonight's the night they're coming. Oh, crap, they're coming over. Okay, everybody put on your happy face, We're all good, we're good. But then you have the best night of your life. How many have ever had that happen? Yeah, thank you. I thought you wanted me over, but then looked like you didn't.